markets are down, things feel heavy. I just want to have some fun. Do you want to have some fun?
I always want to have some fun.
So I know that we've talked about Metaverse before, but what do you know about Multiverse? I just realized who I asked this question to.
Yeah. For those of you who are new here, I'm a quantum physics nerd, but let's pretend I'm not.
Let's talk Multiverse as it relates to Web3, because this project that I want to talk about today is super fun, and it's called oncyber. So you know about Multiverse. I've heard the term. I certainly probably know less about them than you do, but this is the first time I've come across Multiverse as it relates to Web3.
Let me help the audience understand the multiverse. I've got a really good visual for you. Okay, so imagine the entire universe that we think is infinite, the one we're in right now, is really contained inside of a giant marble. And there's many more of those marbles, and inside of each marble is a whole universe. And we just don't know how deep this goes. Maybe all those multiverses are inside of another marble, and then there's more of those marbles. Like, that's the multiverse. It will, if you think about it for too long, you might have a mental breakdown. But that is the theory in physics right now, that the multiverse exists and we are in one of them.
That blurs one of them. So yes, all of that. And that actually helps lay the foundation for how the multiverse works in Web3. So yes, we know that there can be many different types of metaverse. And so a multiverse are all of these different metaverses that can connect, but they have their own virtual assets and gameplay and how they all work. And the project that I wanted to talk about today oncyber is a multiverse. And so this is their website here. I guess really quickly to start off about this project. So it's a multiverse. There's a catalog of galleries that you can go ahead and set up and put your NFTs into. Doing my research here, I wanted to know a bit more about the team behind this, and I can't find anything. I know that this Rayon B is the founder, and it seems like based on his background here, he's definitely a tech background, entrepreneurial in spirit, co-founder of Wipe, which is a car wash service. Fun fact, I was product manager for a product like this out of Chicago called Sparkle.
You were?
Yes. Back when I worked agency for product. But this is the founder behind the project. They do have a small team. They're all on LinkedIn. But aside from that, I don't see much in the collateral about the team behind this project. So just to get that out of the way, oncyber here allows you to build your own world and create these experiences with other people. It's totally free. The galleries that you create in here exist until you decide to take them down and delete them. And what we're seeing here are examples of projects that people have actually launched that you can go in and you can visit. There are ways to create the content for free. So there are a few galleries that you can actually utilize and you can set it for free without having to mint or pay anything. And then what's really sweet is the fact that there are 3D and VR experiences within this as well. So as long as you have a VR compatible browser, that will work for you, which is super, super cool. And these environments, right now, they have their own internal team to create all of these. You can apply to be an architect with them, but you'd have to go through like an application process. And you can create your own environment here by using like any of the traditional modeling software, Blender, Maya, Cinema 4D. That's how they construct these. And there's documentation on how to actually get this set up if you want to pull these files and actually manipulate them. As you can see up here, my wallet is connected. I do have a few different galleries set up. The site is super intuitive. Like, it takes nothing to get up and running with this, which I think is really cool. We talk a lot about user experience, and they do a really great job of. We'll wait to get into create, because that's where we'll do a demo and we'll end out with that FAQ and about. There's not too much here. It just takes you out to these docs that are really intuitive. And then the explore, like I'd said, is different galleries that you can go ahead and you can experience. Let's just go into this bunny warehouse. I don't know anything about this project. So you can, as a user, you can go ahead and you can enter the world and explore and move around on your own. You also have the option to enter into multiplayer. So why this is so cool is, like, we can decide as Probably Degens to set up a gallery or a space here. We can token gate it, invite people to come in. We can voice chat. We can hang out. It acts as like a true metaverse in that sense where you can interact with everyone, which is really cool. But for this one, we'll go ahead and we'll just enter the world. And all I'm doing is I'm using my cursor to move around and then my arrow keys to check out all the different assets in here. Sometimes you can interact with some of the avatars, but this room looks like it's pretty static. And they do have a portal set up. So this is an adjoining room that I can go ahead and enter, but it doesn't look like anything is set up in there. So this is a pretty, I don't know, it's an okay sort of gallery space. But again, it's like I would...
It's a little rough around the edges.
Yeah. You have the ability to view the assets. So I can take a look and see like what the actual NFT is, see if there's any details associated to it, the owner, the collection it belongs to. So that's pretty cool. And then I can teleport to the location so then it will take me exactly to that asset in the gallery space itself.
Ah, that's pretty nifty.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm going to go back to the home.
Do you have any idea how long this has been out, when the launch was?
Great question. I'll find out. It's been about a year, and they definitely have some large partnerships. So I know Artifact that we've talked about before has a space in here, as does Atari. And if you want to go ahead and purchase a gallery that's not free, and the reason you may want to do that is if we create an experience for free, you really only have these 5 options, and it limits you in the number of frames that you actually get. And you can't add. You certainly don't have to fill up all the frames, but you can't add to them. So this means I only have 44 different assets that I can display. So sometimes I would want more, or I would want a different aesthetic. And that's when I would go to secondary here. So this is a set of curated spaces that people have created. You can see that these are pretty expensive.
Yeah, wow.
So I think that these are special collabs that they had done with different sorts of projects, as is this page, which is oncyber labs. And this is a verified profile. And this is where we can see artifact space that they have created. And so I could go ahead and I could mint, or I could purchase this on secondary and then have access to it in the oncyber dashboard or creation aspect of the site. And then I can go in and start to add all of my different
and customize it.
Totally. Yep.
So you're buying like a replication of a digital virtual reality space.
Yep. Totally.
Cool.
Okay.
Wow. It's great to me. Sorry, I've been on the Oculus a little bit, and they only have a handful of VR spaces available. And this is just showing how much more progress there is in indie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's really cool.
The fact that you can do so much with this for free blows my mind. And the graphics are so good and the movements are really seamless.
Yeah.
And actually, so we're on my profile now. How I learned about this project was through World of Women. So World of Women has a part of their project called capacitors that they airdrop to holders. And you could go ahead and you could burn that capacitor and it would give you access to these residences. So I burned one of mine and it allowed me to create this origin residence. So now we're going to go to the preview of this. You can't hear this right now because my earbuds are in, but if you have a music NFT, it will actually play. So I'm hearing audio right now.
Is it your Stickman toys?
Exactly. Yes.
Excellent.
And so I can see more about this asset, which is pretty cool. And so if we move through my space, we see my World of Women. I've got a bunch of different heist world collective projects. There's my mutant. And then I can go into my bathroom here. And in my closet, I've got my artifact shoes that are part of my World of Women drop. And then strategically placed above the mirror here is the very first NFT that I purchased for myself, which is a Sad Girls bar. And I love it so much. But what is most excellent is the fact that you can embed YouTube videos. And I have done that here. You can see in the bottom right-hand corner that it's talking about the fact that it's our trailer. And so this is just one of the spaces that I have.
So when are you hosting your cocktail party in your space?
Hold on. Sorry. We're going to go through my portal here.
Oh, there's more.
And I set this up for our YouTube channel. So these should load in a second. It's like a torture chamber for our Probably Degens fans. But all of our videos actually fit into this free gallery that has 44 frames. So it is wild. Wild.
Oh my God. This is trippy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm going to go back into my main room here by opening the portal.
We're back.
Now we're back into my main portal here. And then again, can view all of the different assets and teleport back into them. Here are the details, blah, blah, blah. So super intuitive from a user experience. Again, all I'm doing is using my mouse to move around and my cursor. Go back to the beginning. Okay, so this is the gallery that we had just walked through. If I want to make any sort of changes to this, I totally can by simply editing. I have the ability to establish a title. I can create a custom URL, which is super dope. You can create a description. And then this is where I think this becomes a really powerful tool, especially if you have a free gallery. You can enable token gating. So you can restrict access to only certain people. So if I wanted to go ahead and have an event for just like heist holders, I can just make sure that they have either specific wallet addresses that I've gathered or specific NFTs, which would be Heist World. So this is a really cool way to token gate a project without having to do anything technical, which is awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, it's super, super powerful. Another thing that you can take a look at, and this is important for me for World of Women, is you can actually see stats behind your project. So I can see that I've had 10 different views to my project, and it's been since the 7 days that I've created it. And then I even get some data on if someone's clicked the NFT, if they've gone through to the marketplace. So that you do get a little bit of insight in terms of what's happening here. And so World of Women is actually running a contest right now where it's like the top 5 projects that have set up a gallery. I don't know, they win something, your choice of something. So I think it's really cool that not only can you set up this space, but you actually get some data and some metrics on it as well.
This is really amazing. I would love to see some other people's collections just to get the exposure to some other projects and stuff, see what they have. Fun.
Yeah. So if you guys are so inclined, you can certainly take a look at some of these projects that are trending, go through the experience. You can try to enter a multiplayer and see if anybody's in there. Now you can see my avatar here. I am QueenOfDegens. And then if I want to go ahead and enter the chat, I can type a message. I also have the ability to like request if there are more people in here to actually speak. I can take a look at any other users that are here or is not anybody in here. And then I can also take a screenshot. So if you had an event with many people in there, you can take a screenshot and capture all the avatars, post it out to social. I think that there's just a lot that you can do with this product. I think it's really awesome. And they do have a social presence. This was a specific tweet that I wanted to show and pull up, where it's like Breaking Bad Walter White and showing off the NFT in the gallery of the oncyber space, which I think is really cool.
Look at all those MFers.
But yeah, it is available if you want to purchase on secondary, if you want to spend almost half an ETH on this space, or again, you can go through and you can choose a free gallery. You can explore to see what other people are doing. And then of course, if you have any specific questions, they do have a nice, concise FAQ guide. But yeah, so just a little project that I had come across through World of Women that I got super excited for. I thought it was really fun to play with. I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
First of all, I think this is super cool. I can especially see this turning into a unique way to do openings and stuff for different projects, show off what's available, maybe even like a preview before. You can't do that, right? It would have to be on in the market before you can get it in a gallery. But anyway, still having an open house that feels a little bit more realistic than just watching things appear on an exchange. Yeah.
One thing that I forgot to mention is you can add collaborators to a space as well. So the Probably Degens Gallery that I'd created, I'd invited your wallet address to it. So basically within this gallery now, any NFT that Lux holds in that wallet that I'd invited, she can go ahead and add to that gallery as well. So there's a really nice way to collaborate through these spaces. And as you saw, it supports a few different file types. So obviously NFTs, audio NFTs are supported and YouTube videos are supported as well, which I think is really interesting. And for us, very cool. So
what a great way also to do a music or film opening for people who can't necessarily be in person somewhere. It's a different way, especially to reach a different demographic. I think that a lot of those things can be extremely difficult to access.
Yeah.
So this is just a whole new world. And I think this is very early. So I can see
I do
a
too.
lot of use cases coming ahead. And yeah, I could keep going, but it looks good. It's really cool. Lots of ways that this could play out for sure.
Yeah. I think this project definitely has a lot of potential, and it's my first time taking a look at a multiverse. And the reason that it is a multiverse is because you have these different portals that connect you to these different gallery spaces, which is pretty neato burrito. But I'd love to know if you guys have any galleries or spaces set up on Cyber. Certainly leave a comment below and let us know. We'd love to come visit. And any feedback that you have for us, love to hear it. We are on social media 7 days a week, and we have new videos that come out every Wednesday and Saturday. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. And we just appreciate every second that you spend with us in our weird little Degen corner of the internet. And see you in the next one. Bye.